Good day, students. You're welcome to FGC e-learning platform. My name is Mr. Goodnex CL, your national value teacher. I'm taking you on the topic conflict. Objective of the lesson: at the end of the lesson, you should be able to define conflict, outline the types of conflict, discuss the examples of conflict, explain the causes and consequences of conflict, and discuss conflict management and resolution. Conflict, as the name implies, means a serious disagreement or misunderstanding, quarrel, or clash between two or more individuals, which, when taken to the extreme, may not be easily resolved. Conflict is a constant feature of human existence. So that means that even two identical twins may not really have good understanding, which means that two identical twins may one in on or two occasions also have disagreement or misunderstanding. So it's bound to be there, but the ability to approach conflict matters a lot. That will take us to types of conflict. There are two types of conflict, namely non-violent or peaceful conflict. Number two, violent conflict or destructive conflict. Non-violent or peaceful conflict is a situation where issues are raised, discussed, and resolved without resorting to violence or force or causing any physical damage or injury, such as lives, destruction of lives and properties. In other words, non-violent conflict can also be seen as a healthy competition without strife, such as school debates, international sporting activities, etc. Number two, violent conflict or destructive conflict, as the name implies, is when opposing groups cannot settle their differences peacefully or amicably. This can result to violence using physical force that intends to destroying of lives and properties. An example is Nigeria's civil war that broke out 1976 to 1970. This will now take us to examples of conflict. Number one, interpersonal conflict or misunderstanding. Number two, intra-group conflict. Number three, communal conflict. And number four, international conflict. Interpersonal conflict or misunderstanding is person-to-person misunderstanding. Students to authorities or workers to management disagreement. They are usually non-violent in nature. The group do not show understanding of the view of one another, and it can lead to interpersonal conflict. Why intra-group conflict could be described as a conflict between two ethnic groups. For example, in Kaduna State, the Hausa and the Kataf conflict, the Ishekiri and the Urobo conflict in the Delta State. In Lagos State, we also have the Yorubas and the Hausas conflict. This kind of conflict could be seen as intra-group conflict. We also have communal conflict. Communal conflict could be described as or defined as a conflict between a particular community and the other. This kind of conflicts among ethnic groups are usually on land matters, the boundary adjustment, supremacy or superiority claims, etc. For example, the Madakeke Ife violence conflict in Osun State. It is a communal conflict in the sense that each community will want to protect its interests. That will take us down to international conflict. International, as the name implies, means a conflict that could arise between a particular country and the other as a result of disagreement or dispute. Example of such is a conflict between Nigeria and the Cameroon as a result of the boundary of the Nigerian oil-rich state, Calabar, known as Bakassi Peninsula. A land belonged to Nigeria but was given out as a result of the 1976 to 1970 Biafra or Nigeria Civil War. So, in that period in which Nigeria was establishing this agreement, it could be seen as international conflict. Good 18 Nigeria handled that conflict with maturity. If not, that conflict between Nigeria and Cameroon would have resulted to war or destruction of lives and property. So such kind of disagreement among two different states with different sovereignty can lead to international conflict. That will take us to the causes of conflict. Number one, deprivation and marginalization, communal dispute, religious intolerance, disorder behavior in our society. Conflict sometimes arises as a result of differences in opinion. Number one, deprivation and marginalization could be seen as one of the causes of conflict in the society. A situation whereby the people are being deprived of their basic fundamental rights, and also due to inequality in shares of resources and social amenities, such as good roads, hospitals, schools, and potable water, can as well lead to conflict. Number two, communal dispute. Communal disputes are common in our rural communities, which is mostly done to fight over ownership of land. If the understanding is not there between communities, it can result to conflict. Number three, religious intolerance. Religious intolerance and extremist activities have brought about conflict of marginalization, and in Nigeria, especially in the northern Nigeria, where churches were burnt by some religious organizations, where a particular religion will not accommodate or tolerate other religion, even in some southeast states. Mosques has also been set ablaze as a result of intolerance. All those things can boil down to conflict. Another one is disorderly behavior in our society. This includes those that disobey the rules and regulations guiding the conduct of the people in the society. And you know, every society, every community, even the state and the federal government we have our stipulated laws that are enshrined in the Constitution. So if these laws are not properly obeyed, it can lead to conflict. Now, lastly, conflict sometimes arises as a result of differences in opinion, even among students, which you are part of. At times, you could have some disagreement with your fellow classmates, and if that misunderstanding is not properly managed, it can result to two fighting or other violent activities. So the causes of conflict could be as a result of the following points. All right, let's consider the consequences of conflict. You know, whatever thing that has disadvantage also have what? Advantage. Now, but right now we are considering the consequences of conflict. Number one, conflict can lead to breakdown of laws, order in the society. Number two, conflict generates tension in the society, anxiety and unhappiness, whereby a situation whereby the environment is no longer conducive for the people to stay or to live as a result of the consequences of conflict. Number three, it brings about disunity and mistrust between the people or among the contendants, in the sense that the consequences is that there will no longer be trust among the people. Everyone will be suspect. Now, number four, it leads to loss of lives and properties. There are some issues. Nigeria is a case study of this. Conflict consequences, just like the Boko Haram and all that, has leads to the destruction of lives and the properties, more especially at the northeast of the country. That is one of the consequences. Now, number five, it makes it difficult for people to achieve the common objective. A society that has no peace, a society that do observe unrest, will not achieve its common objective. Even individuals will find it difficult to achieve a common purpose. Having discussed about the causes of conflict in our society, we're now looking at the conflict management and resolution. Conflict management, as the name implies, means ways of making conflict come to an end without much damage to the people and the society at large. While conflict resolution means the procedures that could be applied to facilitate the peaceful ending of conflicts. They include, number one, dialogue. Number two, use of law enforcement agents. Number three, court ruling. And number four, mediation. And number five, compromise. However, dialogue. Dialogue is a process in which third party may have her way or his way in quelling or making peace between two individuals, while using of law enforcement agents like the police or the military or the navy is a medium in which their presence can as well stop breakdown of law in the society or loss of lives and properties. Now, when we talk about court ruling, it is always says that the court is the last hope of the common man, where justice are made. The ruling of the court stands, and is expected that once the court has given its verdict, the individuals can seek redress in the higher court or abide by the ruling of the court, whereby managing conflicts could be very easy. The next is mediation. Mediation is a process in which people or group of individuals can go and intervene or speak on behalf of the other group in order to bring peace and harmony or lost peace in the society. Why compromise? Compromise here as a medium of managing and resolving of conflict is a situation where by the party that is affected could now make their demands, and their demands could also be met, whereby kind of instead of not proceeding with issues, the said issues, they can fall back to a promise or whatever thing they may think of. However, wonderful students, for this we can draw the we can come to the end of the lesson today, whereby drawing the curtain. So far, you are so wonderful. But however, I want to introduce the assignment so far as a course of topic we have considered. Number one, define the term conflict. Number two, explain two types of conflict. Number three, outline 3 ways conflict can be managed in our society. You can send your answers through or via the email below: fgcphcdgclerks@gmail.com. I remain your teacher, Mr. Goodnext, CN. Stay safe. We're almost winning the battle. God bless you. The class.